Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. It is just after 2:30 a.m. in the morning out here on this canal. I'm gonna fish for carp, but I bet you anything I'm gonna get catfish too. So let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about the rig. All the rigs are gonna be exactly the same, so we're just gonna show one, starting with the lead trolley or the sinker slide with a 3-ounce bank sinker. Might change this to a 4 because we'll get into why here in a second. But there's the bead, there's the swivel, and this is a rig that I tied up myself. It's a hair rig. We have 2 pieces of feed corn on there. Each rig is baited exactly the same, and each rig is a size 4 hook. 2 of them are Drennan's, and 1 is a knockoff, or just some brand. I don't know what it is, but that's the little hook. In the beginning of the video, I showed you this. I made this, soaked it last night and boiled it today, about 3 or more hours, a little over 3 hours about. It's nice and soft. It's a mix of different things. This is what you would call a boiled birdseed ground bait, or if you like, chum, because they do the same thing, bring the fish in. Now this is a mix of pigeon feed, the racing pigeon feed, feeder corn, cracked corn, and then that's it. Should be a really good ground bait. It's always worked for me in the past. What's great about this particular one, there's a lot of things in this that carp like, including the Canadian peas, the maple peas, the corn. There's a lot of millet, all these little pieces. Like, let me get something in particular to show you just on my finger. See all those little bits of seeds there? The carp will stay in my swim, or the area where I'm putting the baits. They'll stay in there forever to get all that little stuff. They love it. Over here we have stuff to make pack bait, and then we've got leftover pack bait from a session I did yesterday that never worked out. You may have seen the IG post about it, or maybe on Facebook. Sat out there, got rained on. I think I was just feeding turtles, but kept that good overnight. This pack bait is a 50-50 breadcrumb and rice bran. Some people call it ram. There's also feed corn in here. No, I'm sorry. There's a little bit of feed corn actually, but sweet corn is mixed in with this. Someone asked me in a comment on a recent video if I would show how I prepare the rice bran. I don't prepare it. I buy it in 50-pound bags. Rice bran can be easily found in areas where they grow rice, such as they do in Louisiana. But if you can't find rice bran at the feed store, I bet you can find some other kind of bran. Further, I could go on about rice bran just by telling you it's a byproduct when they turn brown rice into white rice. It's what's left over. It's a byproduct. What we're going to do is pack some of this pack bait around the lead. See if we can get some stuck to it. It's not going to be that big of a deal to get bait out there this way because I brought the slingshot. It's also called a catapult for some reason, though it's not really a catapult, it's a slingshot, but that's what they market it as. There we go. I'm going to do that with all 3 rods. To do this session, I brought 3 rods down here. I brought my 2 Black Widow 12-foot carp rods, and then I brought a Coastal Tough that also has a carp reel on it. It's actually got a 5,000 size Black Widow reel on it. They're all 3 of them are bait runners, and that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to use the bait runner. The 2 12-footers we're not going to put out too far. They're really easy to cast. They're great for long distances, but because this is a shipping canal, I don't want to go out too far. We're going to do 20 feet, about something like that. Perfect, right there. Reason for doing it close in, there's 2 reasons. Could come up with a bunch of other reasons by the time the session is over, but the 2 main reasons is because this is a shipping canal. There's going to be current, and I could easily bait that up with a slingshot or just throwing bait out there without having to worry, because we're going to bait a lot tonight. I know usually around this time of year, mid-December, you don't want to feed a lot because you'll fill the carp up before they find your hook bait or your bait on your hair. But this has current, this canal, and the current's going to pick up as traffic goes by us, barges, towboats, traffic like that. So once that current picks up, a lot of our ground bait is just going to go with it. So we're gonna bait a lot. We brought in a lot, like half a bucket over there. And yeah, this is just how it's gonna be. Once the traffic goes by, we're just gonna have to start all over again. Might go to force to try to keep my baits in place. Might just stay busy bringing them in and putting them back out. I'm not gonna use the bobbins tonight. Those are the things that hold the line down. They're great for keeping the line on the roller and helping you detect drop back bites. I just don't want to use them tonight. The third rod, it's only a 7-foot medium heavy rod. We're gonna put this close in, just right there. Now I'm not gonna feed all this at once, but a little bit and frequently. I'm gonna make more pack bait while we're waiting for beeps behind me. This is breadcrumb that I made several days ago. Dump some rice bran on top of it. Try to get it about 50-50 or so. I would usually like to use water from where I'm fishing. There's a little bit right up here. Didn't even put all that water in there because I don't want it too wet. I want it to break up when it hits the water. So yeah, we're sneaking up on it is what we're doing. I need more water. Probably just all that. That's what I want. Looks dry still, but it's not. Just want it to stick together. That's perfect. We're just gonna let that sit. It probably will get even better as it just sits here. Let's clean the hands. Everything's done. It's a matter of just sitting here, watching everything, being very patient. May take a while. Are there carp here? Very, very likely. I know for a fact that there are buffalo in this particular canal, and this canal links up to, indirectly links. Across the way from us is a pumping station, and further down are more pumping stations. On the other side of the canal, there's a huge canal system full of carp, and sort of the same thing on my side of the canal, but there seems to be more carp over there. So there's probably carp in here. There's carp in the river, Mississippi River. This links up to the river. There's a lock that connects it. So yes, I would say there is carp, but I know for a fact that there are buffalo. Got him. Not a very big fish, but yes, we got the skunk off. I think this is going to be a catfish. Oh no, yes it is. Thought it was something else for a second. Wow, and it's not a channel cat. I knew we'd get catfish over here on the corn. Yeah, you're right. Another blue cat on the hair rig, on the feeder corn. Yeah, you're right. Not a very big one, but the skunk is off, and that is good. See you later, buddy. 603. That one hit right before 6, I would say. Got him. Oh, this feels bigger. It is bigger, but it's not a carp. We're gonna flip this right into the deck, and it's another blue cat. As you can see back here behind me, we're coming into pre-dawn. This swim is coming alive. There's a lot of fish attracted to the ground bait I put in here, including shad. Probably just a ton of catfish down there. It's got to be channel cats. There's got to be some carp and some buffalo coming through, but there's also predator fish coming in here, knocking off the shad. Putting feed corn on a hair rig is just a different way to catch catfish with corn. I actually like it. This whole time fishing out here, never had to rebait my hairs. It stayed on. Years ago when I would just use corn from the can, sweet corn, to catch carp, I would just go through the corn. They would take it right off the hook, catch little catfish. Granted, I did catch little catfish today, but I didn't get skunk, so that's a good thing. Thanks for watching and subscribing, guys, and I'll see you next time.